welcome to Race 2 of the World Iceboat Racing Series. So today we are at KrumKatGP, which is also 12 turns. It's the second race on the season calendar. And this is a bit of a smaller race because of the timing. Timings is messed up with people's lives, but that doesn't matter. So starts here, going to turn 1, high speed 90-degree turn. Turn 2, you gotta weave between the small gap there, going straight into a hairpin. Turn 4 is a slower corner, but you need to carry as much speed through that corner. Otherwise you will be going too slow around turn 5 and turn 6. Then there is a long straight going to turn 7, which is a double turn going straight into turn 8, 180 degrees, and onto this other straight. Turn 9, another high speed turn, going into turn 10, and then turn 10 sets you up for the second hairpin, turn 11, and then turn 12 is at the back of the race grid and the pits. So there will be no quali today. It will just be 35 laps, 4 pits. So let's get to the race. So the race will be starting in a few minutes. Here is So's like chilling at the start of the time trial line. As you can see, he's very high up, so I don't know who else can him. There's Oshiba. Is anyone else? It's Hot Spot. Also might be able to keep up, but we'll see soon. Okay, so we'll be starting in the next few minutes. I'll set up the van. So just gotta. Okay, so we're just getting the race sorted out, getting people to sign up. We have 13 drivers, so it's smaller compared to the opening race. Hopefully it will be less laggy. Because if you guys watched the opening race at the mid park, you would know there was some network issues with the server. So now we have 14 drivers. Okay, we're just getting the final part set up for the start of the race. And here we are. So here is the starting grid for the random. Oh, hold it. Okay, so after sorting out the grid, here I would just, find a grid sorted out, so the circuit's a bit faster than the rest of putting them there. Okay, so this. Okay, so this is the starting grid. We got Skip Snuff and Pole, followed by Hotspot and Legendary A7. Then Anonymous Octo, KrumKat, Neb, Storm Rages, Demonatic, Fadiha, Mr. GG, Oshiba, Gilo, Bricky, and Sodasoka bringing up the back. And here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Let's see, Skitsnuff takes a wide, Hotspot goes straight into the lead. Going down the hairpin. Oh! And Legendary almost gets the overtake, but Hotspot goes. Oh, he goes wide. Hotspot takes the lead back again. Sodasoka's already up into P11, but I want to change my fast speed. No. Skitsnuff is there. Should I set my fast speed? But here we go. Sodasoka is already up into P8 in the first lap. He P7. After one lap, Sodasoka is straight up into P7. But he gets bumped by Skitsnuff. Doesn't matter, he still gets the overtake. Sodasoka's into P6. How fast will it be for him to get into... Oh, he's messed up. He's messed up. That's also in a lot of positions. He goes back down to P8. But I think he's going to make it up pretty quick because Skitsnuff goes wide. Sodasoka's in P7. Here's Oshiba. Here's Demonatic. Storm Rages is right behind. Here he goes. Oh, Skitsnuff messes up trying to get into the pits. And in front of him is Demonatic, who is going to do the pig stop. Let's see how long the time is. A 3.3 second pig stop. Yeah, the pits and Skitsnuff will do a 3.2. So he makes a tenth of a second up in the stop, even though he messed up. It does not matter that much though, because Demonatic leaves the pits. Here's Storm Rages, who is currently in P9. Sodasoka is up to P5 already. There's Fadiha in P3. Sodasoka sets a new fastest lap of 52.45. Fadiha goes around as a first hairpin, going into turn 5. And we see he's taking a nice inside line. Very efficient. To see behind him is Anonymous Octo and Sodasoka battling it out for P4. Sodasoka gets bumped. He didn't lose much time though. He's still trailing right behind Octo. Gets a nice line going Going into the third straight, or second back straight. Going fast, going in. Following right behind Octo. And behind him is 32 Gilo. Now let's see what's going to happen here going into lap 5. Skitsnuff is not doing very well. He is trailing behind of one pit, but he keeps getting bumped. He almost... Oh, Gilo goes wide trying to avoid Skitsnuff. And that loses an opportunity to catch back up to Sodasoka. Sodasoka goes up into P3 meanwhile. As I think a legendary A7 pitted it. And Anonymous Octo is trailing behind in P4. So let's see. Here is Bricky. Hotspot goes to pit. He was the race leader, which means Fadiha takes over the lead. Hotspot does a 2.2 second pit. That's almost a Red Bull worthy. Let's see. So Fadiha is currently leading. But he's stuck behind a back marker. Not anymore. The back marker goes wide. He's allowed to cut through. But he still hasn't got past the marker, which is not good for him. Yeah, Sodasoka goes wide. He misses the apex, and he wants to get that lead. And only lap 6, he went from last to P2. So behind him is Anonymous Octo and 32 Gilo. Storm Rages is coming around now. And behind Storm Rages is Hotspot. Here he is. And behind him is Legendary A7 trying to catch up. So Sodasoka takes the lead. He has just taken the... Oh, never mind, he messes up. Where are they right now? I know. Sodasoka goes wide trying to get around, but Bricky is blocking them. Doing exactly what a back marker normally does. Sodasoka is struggling to get past. Skitsnuff does pig stop 2 in 3.2 seconds. Sodasoka takes a nice inside line. And someone has broken the track. Someone has got a hole in the track. It's a pothole. Let me just fix that up real quick. There we go. Needed a bit of track maintenance there. Anyway, Fadiha is still in the lead. Here goes Sodasoka right behind him. A battle. Oh, Sodasoka messes up. He is trailing behind. He wants to get that win. He got through everyone so quickly in the first 6 laps, but he just can't get past Fadiha. Oh, Sodasoka does a nice line into the final hairpin. And going to finish lap 8 out of 35. And you see here, Sodasoka desperately wants to catch up. Takes a slow line around the first hairpin. Let's see who's behind him. Here's 32 Gilo and Bricky, who is currently being a very good back marker. And there is Hotspot coming up now. Skitsnuff and a legendary A7. So at the moment there's a mix of back markers and front markers at the same spots along the map. Oh, Skitsnuff gets bumped. That is good for legendary A7, who's currently in P5. And let's see here, Sodasoka has taken a pit. Let's see here, finishes. He does a 2.95 pig stop. It's not the fastest we've seen, but it's still a pretty fast pit stop. What position did he get in? He's currently in P5. Will he? Yeah, he will. Oh, Skitzer tried to dive bomb. Mr. GG is right behind. Soto's in P5. So we're currently on lap 10 out of 35. Let's see here. So going down the back straight. He seems to have no one around him. A lot of free air, which would be helpful for catching back up to a legendary A7. And Sosoka misses up that corner. Let's see who's right behind him. Mr. GG, followed by KrumKat and Anonymous Octo. And behind them is Storm Rages, who did well the last time he's raced here, in a friendly race between the creator of this track, KrumKat. He won that apparently. But let's see what position he's about to get by the end of the race. At this point in time, he'll be P8, but remember, this is a 35 lap race with no quali, so we never know what's going to happen. There's Anonymous Octo corner trying to catch up to Mr. GG. Going down the straight. Here is a Bricky on lap 10. He's in P12. And let's see, a legendary A7 here. Right behind it, hot spot. And Sotosoka is right here. He's still in P5, trying to catch up. Going into the final corners, the final sector of this lap. Even that completed pit stop 3 in 3.5 seconds. And Sotosoka pits. He's trying to get his pits over and done with so he can catch back up to P1. So let's see what his pit time will be. 2.85. That was faster than his first one. But let's see here, going out of the pits. Behind him is Mr. GG, who also decided to pit right behind. And he gets a 3.2, so it loses him some time to Sotosoka. Here's Mr. GG. And behind him is Oshiba, who's not doing too well. P10. Goes wide. And let's see here. That takes a good line, but let's look who's in front. There's 32 Gilo, currently in P2. So Sotosoka currently in P7 after doing a second pit. So he's pitting again. He hasn't picked up 3, even a slower pit than his other two, 3.15. He seems to be doing his pits earlier. And he's now in P10. And he gets the overtake, I believe, over Legendary A7. That doesn't matter because Legendary A7 is a lap ahead, I believe. lap 15 and lap 14, yes, and 1 lap ahead. The Sotosuke's unlapping himself. But remember, Sotosuke's done 3 pits, which will be very helpful for. Here he goes in. Legendary 7 goes for his second pit. 13 drivers this race, and he does a 3.15 equal to Sotosuke's pit. As we're in lap 16 of the race, almost halfway through it. I want to change some settings real quick. I was just checking something. Sorry about that. Skipsnuff was messing up there. He's messed up again. Oh, his W key got stuck. That's interesting. So he went off the track. Okay, so after that interesting part, go through the trees and here he is in P13. Hi. Uh, so even though Sosa's only in P7, I'm gonna just ignore that, but it's a good thing he's 6 laps behind. Oh. Sosa's currently stuck behind. Oh, he messes up. Sosa's not behind. Doesn't have to worry. Skip is doing some interesting racing lines. Whoa. Interesting pit exit. Tried to block someone. Here is Anonymous Octo. Anonymous Octo goes into the hairpin. Trailing behind Fatty Ha. But, yeah. Fatty Ha is still leading the race by 7 seconds. Almost 8 seconds. Anonymous Octo's unlapping. And here comes Skip Snuff. And he's going to take the... I don't know what. Here is 32 Gilo. I was trying to sort out Skip Snuff's shenanigans. 32 Gilo goes into the first hairpin. Takes and could have gone a bit closer, but very good line through there. Oh, misses up a little bit. Here was Demonatic, who was currently in P8. And so on to the finish. That Soda Soaker has done another pit. He has done all 4 of his pits. First person to do so. And he's in P7 still. Okay. So he's doing very well. And he is on lap 20, only 1 lap behind the leader. Skitzer has done pit 3. And let's watch him go out of the pits. Here he is. Goes wide. Misses up that. Will that let someone else through? No, it won't. Let's see what else. Who else is behind him? Sotosuka takes a really wide line. As you can see, saying from right there, followed closely behind by Legend A7, who misses up, trying to catch up to Sotosuka. Don't know if he can, but he'll try his best. Sotosuka's in P5, which means he is closer and closer to catching up. Legend A7's also done all of his pits. And let's see who is behind them. And sorry, I was just checking something. I'm currently watching the rugby, New Zealand versus Namibia. It's 43-3 to the All Blacks. So I'm trying to do 2 things at the same time. Here is Storm Rages. Going too fast with my camera. And behind him is Mr. GG. Takes a nice line through there. I might actually change it there. Change some settings on my racing line. Here is KrumKat, followed by Sotosuka, battling for P4. Going on to the back straight. Sotosuka misses up. Was he bumped? Or did he just take the line too close? I don't really know. There he goes, going on to the second back straight. Oh, there was trees there, my bad. Sotosuka is trailing behind KrumKat, who is there. Going around the final hairpin. Those stupid trees. Starting at lap 24. So going into the second sector. Currently 4 seconds behind. He really wants to catch up here. Let's see here in front of him. There's KrumKat. Going into the final sector. And behind the trees finishes lap 25 or 4. I don't really know. KrumKat, yep, finishing lap 24, so starting at lap 25. How fast back Sotosuka takes a wide line. Sotosuka took a really wide line there. And going into the second sector. Straight. And Neb is back. There is Hotspot. He has also done 4 laps. So 4 pits, that was my bad. Now let's try. It's Hotspot is on lap 26, I believe. Yes, he is. So they've got 10 laps. So 10 laps left in this race. And there he goes. There's KrumKat. Those 3 are already very close, and Skip Snuff is battling it out. He is 4 minutes behind Oshiba in P12. Nope, wrong button. So it seems to be holding out well. Engineer A7 here. Oh, missed it. Can't seem to get the line with him. Is there someone in this final part? I believe so. Here's Storm Rages. That's the render distance, that's my bad. And there he disappears into the first hairpin. Okay, so Skitsnap is on lap 21. That's interesting, seeing as the leader, Buddy Ha, is on lap 28. There is Skip Snuff. And there he goes off into the last hairpin. Oh, he misses up the final corner, and this 32 Gilo goes into the pits. Let's watch him do that pit. And that pit will be a 2.7. That's an impressive pit, not the fastest we've seen, obviously. But it's a pretty good pit. And finishes that, that's pig stop 3. And there he goes. And the corner behind him is Mr. GG, who is a lap. However, Hotspot is also there, hiding behind the trees. Mr. GG, followed by Soda Soaker. Soda Soaker is on lap 29, going around the final hairpin, followed by KrumKat, trying to battle for P4. Going into lap 30. If you look behind, Soda Soaker is there. And so there's a bit of a gap in between, but not too far. A 2.2 second pit. I think that's the fastest, or tied with the fastest. And with only Fatty Hard does his third pit. That was what do you got? Yeah, 2.2. He's on lap 31. Got to do one more pit. And Hotspot and Soda Soaker and KrumKat and Gilo are following right behind. And Demon Addict is right here on lap 30. There is Demonatic going into lap 31, currently in P7. Sotosoka is desperately trying to catch up. And there is Hotspot. Sotosoka is right behind P5. And between them is Hotspot. Oh, sorry, KrumKat, oh, my bad. And behind the trees into lap 32. Oh, KrumKat messes up, Sotosoka gets into P4. That is really unlucky by him. Sotosoka is now in P4, going behind the trees into Sector 2. It was a little bit wide there. I don't think it really matters that much in that corner. Going into the first part of the back straight. Goes into the final sector. And trying to catch up to Hotspot, who's also done 4 pits, whereas KrumKat has only done 3. So 3 people have yet to do their pits. And so I'm tired, it's early morning for me. Well, not early, but yeah. And here is KrumKat going into the pits. 2.8 second pit. Not bad. Here's Demonatic at 33. He's in P6. He made it just in front of KrumKat, but he goes wide. Going into Sector 2, he messes up a little bit. Not too much time lost there. But he had his 4th pit stop in 2.15. I think that is the fastest pit. And Zelo does a 2.7. And Hotspot takes the lead, followed by Sotosoka and Fediha. And then Gilo. Legendary 7, sorry, in P4. Gilo is in P5. Once he leaves the pits. Yep. And it's battle for first and second right here. Sotosoka is trying to get past Hotspot. Hotspot is pulling away. Oh, and Sotosoka takes a different line. Oh, and he gets the overtake. Sotosoka does not get bumped. In fact, Hotspot gets bumped, I believe. And Sotosoka takes the lead on lap 34, the second to last lap. And going on to the final lap, there is his rod, lightning rod there. Behind the tree to have lost him is Hotspot trying to catch up. Oh, Sotosoka misses up. Sotosoka misses up on the hairpin. Which means that Hotspot is trying to catch up. And let's see what we have here. The final lap, 1.85 seconds away. There's Sotosoka going onto the second half of the back straight. And rounding the final corners. And here we go. P1 goes to Sotosoka. Followed by Hotspot in P2. A very close race here. And P3 will be Fediha finishing it, rounding out the podium. P4 is as legendary A7 Gilo P5. Oh no. In the final sector, legendary A7 gets up to P4. P6 is Demonatic, P7 is KrumKat. Oh, that was not P8. Sorry, that was someone still a few laps behind. But Storm Rages in P8. And let's see, P9 will be Anonymous Octo, but he is further behind. Oh, he goes Bricky getting past him. Wait, I don't know who's who. Oh, no, sorry, that's Bricky and Anasakto. Other round, they both look very similar. Anasakto gets past Bricky. Anasakto finishes P9. Bricky is still on lap 34. He's got 2 laps to go. And let's look out for Mr. GG. And there he goes. Could not get the close-up cam on him. P10 for Mr. GG. P11 for Oshiba. P12 will be Bricky's. And yeah. Here is Bricky. Where is he? Yeah, there he is. Having some fun on the second to last lap. He will be the final driver to finish. Oh, he's doing an extra pit. There is. Is he gonna actually do a pit? No, he's just gonna keep driving through. Okay. He knows he still has one more lap to go, doesn't he? I want to finish this race as it is currently 8:40 AM for me. Here we go on the first. The first ever. Going to the second sector on the final lap. Our final driver is Bricky, who is still racing. Skips enough and Neb just gave up, I guess. I don't know what his line is, but doing some spins there. Oh, he's going very slow there. And the final hairpin. Oh, final hairpin. And let's see, hopefully finishing the race in the next few seconds. Let's see what he does. Nice. And Sodasoka's the slowest finish. And P12. And that is the race. Zoom out here. Is there a podium? No, I have to. What? Oh, fine. If there is a podium somewhere. Don't really know. There is Becky who got P12 in the race. No, it is. Okay, we'll do it. And, and here is our podium. Okay. Okay, so this is the podium. Was waiting for Fediha. Okay, so here we are. In P3 we have Fediha. In P2 we have Hotspot. And P1 we have and P1 we have Soda Soka. And that is the race. Okay, so thank you all for watching, and that will be the second race of the World Iceboat Racing Series.